Guys, what is up? In this lovely box here, we have another package from the amazing team over at Maono Audio. Let's open it up and dive into it. All right, guys, here it is. This is Maono's Manocaster AME2. It might look a little familiar because we did look at the Manocaster Lite not that long ago on the channel. So this is a new and improved, a little bit more robust, a little bit more feature-rich version of that product with the same type of setup, the mixing deck board with the controls built in, the mic, and the cables all in the box. It even includes a set of in-ear headphones for monitoring in this guy. So this is, of course, much more advanced and much more feature-rich. So let's jump into the unboxing and see what we're dealing with inside. Right on top, of course, user manuals, warranty information, and setup guide. Next, we have here in the middle, this is the control board. And unlike the Manocaster Lite, there's a lot more going on in here, so we will jump into that shortly and break it down for you guys. In here, the accessories. This is all your cables and ons and ends. And right here, of course, we have the XLR powered mic. Now this is not as strong as the Maono mic we looked at most recently on the channel, but it's still designed to provide a very high quality audio input device for this setup. Now, the last layer here, there's our XLR, mic stand, pop filter, stand base, solid metal, very well constructed. It's the mic mount, and again, those in-ear earbuds for monitoring. There we go. All right, let's get all this out of the way, set up the Manocaster AME2, and do an audio test. We've got everything set up, mic, control board, horribly wired up to the mic and into the MacBook Pro over the dongle. And now let's power it on. All right, let's get the audio test underway. All right, guys, so here we are. We've got the Manocaster AME2 all set up. This time I did a lot of pre-checks to make sure the audio was going to work. The last time when we tested the Manocaster Lite, I did have some problems with the board setup, so the audio was a little crap, unusable basically. So let's talk about the AME2. What makes it different? What sets it apart from the original Manocaster? Well, first of all, this one has far more controls on it. There's now 11 customizable sound pads on this guy versus the 8 that was on the Manocaster Lite. It has a full XLR input, unlike the Manocaster Lite, which had a 3.5mm input. There's 48-volt phantom power on here, actually, which is pretty incredible. The Manocaster Lite did not have that. And this is actually what would drive the microphone we tested in our most recent Maono audio video. So that's just something to keep in mind. There's a dedicated mic gain on here as well, which was not present on the Manocaster Lite. So all in all, just far more capability for your podcasting, your audio recording, your live streaming needs. There's a lot more functionality. You've got, of course, your high, mid, and low trim settings, but you've also got pitch, monitor, and a wider array of adjustment settings on here. The setup, though, still just as easy as all of Maono's devices. Literally, as you saw before in the clip, plug in the mic, plug in the board, plug it into a computer, select it as your audio device, your audio recording channel, and you're off to the races. It is dead simple, guys. These products are very easy to use. There is a lot that you can unlock, a lot of things you can change on the board and really push your audio recording, podcasting, whatever you do, to the limit. But for the entry-level user, the guy who doesn't want to necessarily learn a whole new bag of tricks, it's very straightforward to get going and just jump right into this. Maono has been a huge supporter of us here on the channel, so huge shout out to the guys at Maono for sending over the Manocaster AME2 for us to test out. I think the audio quality, again, because we did several tests before going live with the recording test, I think the audio quality is pretty sharp. This is a pretty far distance. You could get really close to this mic and really do some interesting pitch work, or really get some different clarity or tonal things going with this mic. It's extremely well built, as all Maono's products are, as you saw in the unboxing. Everything is super sturdy, super large. The only thing probably if you wanted to do would be to swap this mic that comes in the box for a bigger, badder mic like the one we unboxed most recently. That thing had a huge driver in it and would drive a lot of audio. But again, this board can accept that as an input because it has phantom power. So that would be a very good option to look at. Otherwise, this is a great product for the beginner, and at $199 with some special savings always on through Amazon, it's a steal of a deal. I'll include a link to it down in the description down below. Thank you again to Maono for sending this over for us to test out, and we'll see you guys again soon in the next video.